Many of you may not be aware of a person named Hasan Piker. So, unless you really kind of exist in the Twitch space a lot and are checking out a lot of live streams and kind of know the controversies that go on with this person, he is probably one of the bigger or biggest Democrat far left streamers on Twitch currently. Right now, he's had a lot of issues in the past. He has literally been banned and called for ban for, or at least people who have been calling for him to be banned because of the things that he's done. He's incited a lot of violence in the past, and so fairly recently, about a week ago, a clip surfaced of him where he was speaking on his stream, and then his dog, which usually is sitting behind him for the entirety of a stream, usually around 7 hours or so. Basically, he wound up being caught in a situation, a big scandal where his dog was shocked, is what a lot of people are believing, that he's doing some type of animal abuse in some way. So I wanted to kind of cover this because this is something that does pertain to a lot of politics and the political spirit at this point. Because right now, Twitch is a left-wing company. They have been for a while, and they have refused to ban this guy over direct calls for violence. And I'm really curious to see, are they going to do anything about this dog situation either, right? Now, if you remember, there was another streamer a long time ago that basically had a situation where she had threw her cat over her shoulder or something and got banned for it. So very curious to see what's going on here, but this is a video by Legal Mindset. Make sure that you subscribe to this. We're going to kind of just react to it and kind of talk over what's going on and my thoughts about it. So let's go ahead and start.
Hasan Piker has stooped to a new low by engaging in what appears to be animal abuse under California law. We're going to talk about that today on The Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge. Okay, so we've been talking about Hasan for a while and his various legal issues, his battles, his essentially problems that are really dragging Twitch down, dragging the online community, the streaming community. But, a lot of these things aren't reflected in day-to-day life. And a lot of these things you look at with Hasan, they're really affecting the online community or the general, overall atmosphere of the environment he creates. But one thing that is very tangible is how you deal with people in your life and also how you deal with animals. Often, one of the signs of a serial killer is someone who is cruel to animals, or a psychopath is someone that is cruel to animals. And we now have what seems like pretty conclusive proof here that Hasan may have been abusing his pet, his animal here. And we're going to show you that today. Of course, we've got the video here on The Legal Mindset. And of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney. All right, so let's go to the video here and check this out. Here's the video of Hasan with what is his dog in the background. Now, mind you,
now, I do want to preface this by saying, usually he has this dog literally in the background through his entire stream. And he's usually streaming, pretty long hours, right? So this dog is usually sitting there, doesn't move a muscle, doesn't do anything, doesn't make a noise. No one's, honestly, if you weren't really, closely paying attention to what was happening in the stream, you wouldn't even know that there was even a dog there, because this dog is usually perfectly still, doesn't move, and is almost like just a set piece at this point.
This has been a 4-hour stream where the dog has just been sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing for 4 hours. So God help the dog for wanting to walk around, it stretches legs, not be sitting in one spot for 2, 3, 4 hours at a time. The dog just trying to stretch his legs. Well, of course, that's a no-no for Hasan Piker, and we'll see how he reacts here. Let's play the clip.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
And you see right there.
Yeah, that, come on. Right? First of all, why is he so mad that a dog just stepped a foot off of this little space? I mean, this isn't like a dog bed, like a nice dog bed or anything. It looks like a pretty hard surface. And you literally have this dog that's forced to sit in this little tiny rectangular looking like pad thing or whatever, like a little platform, and just one step off the thing. I mean, the dog didn't go anywhere. It wasn't like the dog was running around or walking around him or anything, which still would be, I mean, it's like dogs want to walk around, right? I mean, I think that's fair, but really, come on, guys, that's pretty insane that he's that upset just because the dog stepped 1 foot off of this limited thing over the course of a 4-hour stream, right? Once again, and my thought always goes to, if this is what he's willing to do on camera in front of 40,000, however many people are watching this stream, what is he doing behind closed doors? That's always a question I have.
This is the important point. He tries to claim now that the dew claw of the dog got stuck. You can see right here where he reaches his hand. You see the hand out. He's clearly reaching that hand. From that perspective, it's going to be his right hand out, and he's pressing a button. Watch this.
America, Kaya, please just fucking
See, he looks and reaches for something.
go. Just stop.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just.
The only baby here is Hasan, who literally anybody getting any attention except for himself. Even when his dog goes to get attention, that is too much for Hasan Piker. Therefore, he had to use a shock collar. Now,
the thing is that his first statement was, I don't know, I think she like clipped her claw or clipped her paw on something on the platform in some way, stubbed it. I don't. Didn't even make any sense. Like if you just look at that clip, you can clearly see the dog didn't like hit like its paw or anything on like anything. It just immediately yelps and like what happened? Like what causes a dog to just do that, right? So that was really the kind of point in question was like he's just saying whatever it is to try and have some type of damage control over the situation.
He's trying to say this was not a shock collar. Oh, it's just vibration. Oh, it was just a vibrating collar. But that has now been fully exposed as a lie. As you can see here, there are individuals who went and took the collar, which he tried to say was just a vibrating collar, and they upped the brightness so you can kind of see where he clearly placed a piece of tape right here over where the shock prongs go for this. If you want to scroll here, you can see this is the model here.
Yeah, like XQC, many of you may not be aware who he is. Like, it's kind of irrelevant, but the point is that he's a pretty big streamer and literally went picture by picture, like through his entire stream, going through every little detail of this, comparing the brand, finding the real picture of it online, and then checking to see, fact checking it back and forth with what he was showing in his stream. So this pretty in-depth analysis by somebody you wouldn't normally expect to have a very in-depth type of take on this.
That is the shocking version and vibration only. So they've got the charging points that are on the middle side, right? You see right there. These charging points are clearly covered by a piece of tape. He's trying to hide those. And this is the model of shock collar you see, which pretty much matches straight up with what he's got in the stream. And you can see that's available here from e-collar technology. So this is something that, once again, Hasan, time and time and again, tries to lie, tries to deceive, but he's called out on. He's called out because, well, he just doesn't know the facts, doesn't know the truth, and he also doesn't know the law. Because under California law, specifically, as I point out here on X, California Penal Code 597, there is a prohibition on maliciously and intentionally causing unjustifiable pain or suffering in any animal. And beyond that, there are local ordinances, that is local laws, against the impermissible use of a shock collar. And because of that, I've encouraged people who've seen this stream to reach out, to use the phone number here, to send a mail.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see what he does off camera. I mean, I can only imagine what he does. And the fact that he's like, oh, she's just such a big baby. Like, that's not even the full clip. But he's literally like, this dog's such a baby. I can't believe, she's doing this. And it's because, her mother's or his mother or whatever spoiled her. And she just can't just possibly step a foot off of this bed thing. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like, but I know for a fact this guy's got to be doing something behind closed doors with that dog that he shouldn't be. And that's really where my mind goes. Is like, somebody needs to go there, do an investigation, actually check this guy's stuff, because I guarantee you he's doing some pretty heinous stuff behind the camera.
Or, hey, if you're in LA, go in person. Say, hey, look, here's the video. Here's what we see. You really need to look at this. It looks like, based on all this proof, show them the picture of the tape over the shock prongs. Say, hey, based on all this, we think that Hasan is in violation here. And at the very least, this will get this investigated. This will make him have to answer for his actions here. And now, while this may not throw him into prison forever, this is not a felony. This is not a capital crime. The point is to show Hasan a person, a Nepo baby that has never had any consequences for his actions in his life. He's always gotten away with everything. He still continues to get away with literally everything at Twitch. To show him there are consequences. People will follow up. They will call you out.
Yeah, something has to be done at this point, because like I said, I know a lot of people that are in the political space aren't exactly fully aware what's going on with Hasan, but he has a massive following on Twitch, right? And so we can't like ignore what's going on. This guy's made direct calls to violence. and has been completely not punished by Twitch. Twitch does not care. They have just allowed him free reign. And, you know, we know Twitch is biased, but it's gotten to the point where something has to be done about this guy. This is just a kind of a residual or outpouring of what has happened in the past with him. And at this point, it's now reaching an even wider audience, because now you're not just, you know, basically pissing off the people that are in politics that are understanding common sense that you should not be supporting terrorist organizations, as he literally does regularly on his streams. But now you're having people actually say, oh, wait, you know, I care about animals, right? Like, it basically attracts all sides. It's a bipartisan issue that this guy is a problem on this platform, has continued to be a problem, and Twitch has done nothing about it. Now, I think coming up very soon, there's supposed to be a hearing or something with government, I think with Congress, where all the CEOs of these big tech companies are going to have to testify and talk about exactly what they're doing to combat people that are making these types of calls to violence, like Hasan. And there's plenty of other videos and YouTubers that focus solely on this guy, so check those out if you're interested in all the things he's doing. But there's so many situations where he has effectively made these calls to violence and done things that no one else could get away with. Like, people have been banned for so much less on Twitch, but he's allowed free reign. And they want to pretend as if they're not biased, but you have several videos showing the Twitch staff literally singing Hasan happy birthday. I mean, the platform is entirely biased, and I'm hoping that at some point it goes farther beyond Twitch where they have to do something, because this guy has zero consequences, like he's mentioning, continues to do what he's doing. And, you know, if he does get a ban, because it's not like he's never been banned. I mean, he's gotten, like, but the most recent one was for 24 hours on his day off, on like a Sunday, right? So it doesn't hurt him at all. They're doing all this stuff on purpose. These little, I wouldn't even call them slaps on the wrist at this point. They're so minor. It really doesn't affect him at all.
And you can't just engage in this bad behavior forever. Dan Clancy may not punish you, but eventually the law will come for you. And these principles you pretend to stand for are really just falsities. So I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next.
Yeah, so that's really where I have the problem, is that Dan Clancy's the CEO of Twitch and allows all of this to happen and does not care and has not done anything to help the situation whatsoever. So that's really where I think a lot of the problems lie with Hasan. So probably going to cover more of this on my podcast as well, but definitely subscribe to Legal Mindset. He always has good takes on this stuff from the legal perspective. But this guy has caused a lot of issues in the past on Twitch, and with him being a prominent left-wing streamer, his voice is out there. The things he's doing is coming out, and a lot of people are realizing and waking up that this guy just needs to be taken off the platform. You just can't continue with this being unchecked this long and through all of these issues that he's had to deal with so far. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments as well. Once again, subscribe to Legal Mindset as well for the commentary on the legal side of these things. But I'll catch you guys on the next video.
Next one.